Welcome to this edition of Eagle Talk. My name is Mariceli Santiago, and I will be your host. I am super excited to have today two of our leading members of our computer science department. Why don't you introduce yourselves? Because this is super exciting. They're going to talk about everything that they have to offer in the computer science department. And they have some new stuff that even I have no clue what it is. So we're going to learn this together. Okay, so why don't you introduce yourselves?
Hello, I am Professor Jacqueline Van Dyke, and I've been teaching here at the Computer Science Department for over 11 years.
I am Kira Savage. I have worked at CTC for, 45 years. I'm the assistant coordinator at the Computer Science Department, though.
Oh, she's been with the computer science department for a long time, not quite 45 though. I feel like you're almost like the heart. You keep it rolling. Yeah, you kind of are. Yeah, no, it's all good. All right, so what are some of these exciting things that we have going on right now at the computer science department? Especially, I hear there's new programs.
Yes, we have two new degree plans. One of them is our Data and Software Systems degree plan. That is more of an emphasis on database administration, learning different databases out there. So we're not just doing SSMS or Microsoft SQL. We're also doing NoSQL and just some other things within our database administration. And then we also have the software development and programming. And this is us, teaching the students new different programming languages out there.
Can you tell me a little bit, what are some of the job prospects, for example, for individuals? Because usually that's what the goal is, right? To be able to find a job, make some money. What are some of the job prospects look like? What are some examples of those?
So we do have a lot of opportunities within our local area here, especially like the Temple, Killeen area, and then of course Austin as well. When it comes to database administration, Austin is really key on hiring those professionals. So we do want to make our students job ready, job force ready for whenever they go out there and they get the jobs. They know what is expected of them, and so that they can just hit the ground running.
That's awesome. And so these degrees are, if they're full-time, a student could complete them in about 2 years?
That's correct.
Okay. And I know there's a lot of jobs in this area. You mentioned that there's a lot of jobs in this area that might be, that might use these skills. Do you, is it something that easily can be said, yes, you will be working doing this, this, this? Is there an example of that or?
No, not really. So you would just be in the field, let's say. So with our network administration, they would be within the networking field looking for networking jobs. When it comes to the database administration degree, they would be looking for database administrator type jobs.
Okay, so those are the titles of the jobs.
Those are pretty much the title of the jobs. The degree plans are they're named a little bit different than what the job title should be. But that's just the way it is.
No, and that's fine, and that's why I want to clarify, because
Yeah.
as somebody who doesn't work in the field, I don't know what the answer is.
Right. So with our database administration jobs that our students are looking for, the degree plan is Data and Software Systems. With our programming or program analyst or any students that want to deal with Python, Java, C#, C++, that is going to be our software development and programming degree plan. And then we have another degree plan as well. This is called our cybersecurity degree plan. This is really up and coming within industry. Everybody is wanting to make sure that their information is secure.
Yeah.
So we get our students job force ready to be able to take on those cybersecurity roles.
And so that's normally where you hear, there was a cyber attack or something like that. These are the individuals that help prevent all of those things.
That's correct. They would be the individual that would prevent that from happening.
That's awesome. What other programs do you guys offer? Because I know you have those are the newer, the flashier ones, just because they're newer to us. But what are some of the other things that students can complete with CTC in your department?
So we do have certifications in certain disciplines as well, with our basic IT disciplines. And then we still have our
Actually, we've gotten away with getting rid of most of the certificates, and now we only have the IT core fundamentals. So we only have one level 1 certificate that is stackable into every single one of our degree plans.
Okay.
So it essentially gives you the core of everything that you're going to learn in computer science, and then you can decide which discipline you want to go into afterwards. So it also, once you've graduated with that certificate, it does not expire. It's done. It's sealed in, and then you can go on and complete the associates because life happens.
No, definitely. No. And I know CTC is all about stackable.
Yes.
And so that's always, and for those that don't know, stackable just means you get like your basics, the information that everybody needs, and then you add another layer to it and maybe get a little bit from your classes, get another certification or another degree, just keeping growing in chunks. So it doesn't
That's
become
why
overwhelming.
we tried to consolidate everything. There's really only like 2 certificates. It's the web technologies and the IT core fundamentals now. All the rest of them have gone away just because these 2 were the most absolute stackable to everything. It's just a better stepping stone. It saves students money, time. Just it's easier to focus and complete.
So it really gives them the tools that they need and then to be able to continue if they want or go directly into the workforce.
Absolutely. And we make sure to offer every single class that's in the IT core fundamentals degree all semester long.
Oh, wow.
So you can complete that whenever you want it completed. Now, the higher courses, the harder the course, it's going to be in the big semesters, the fall and the spring.
Yes. And then, but you have a sequence to that. So that's something that they can talk to somebody in the
Come
department.
see me.
You're the one?
Mm-hmm.
You're the one
I'm
with
the
the
one.
key?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you're the one who keeps track. Okay, let's make sure we're giving this class because
Yes.
this is something that we have this many students are interested in it. We need to make sure that we're graduating and completing these.
If you can't find a class, I'm who you call to.
Okay. This is good, guys. This is good. This is where you find the key.
Yeah, I will try and get it on the schedule for you.
Okay. This is perfect. This is really good to know because I didn't even know that. So when you're talking about like right now, everything's computers, right? Like in one way or another, everything's computer. Everybody carries a computer around. You have a smartwatch, you have your cell phone at minimum, and then everything else. For somebody who just doesn't understand computers, because we have some out there, how do the degrees in general, not specific ones, but in general, everything that they would learn here, especially that core fundamental stuff, how is that kind of tied into everything that we see and we think?
Are you asking, like, where would you start?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I would tell the students to either do COSC 1301, Introduction to Computing, or BCIS 1305, which is essentially teaches you Microsoft Office, like Outlook, like we use every day. It'll just teach you how to do stuff in there, shortcuts, so you're more business and professional ready.
Yeah, and so those are more of the programs that a lot of people use on an everyday basis, not just the computer people that are specializing in computer sciences.
Mm-hmm.
So you have even some of those that are, I believe some of those are even part of other degree
BCIS 1305 is in a lot of the degree plans. You generally need a computer science course to carry on. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And even if you're a college student or not, it doesn't really matter. We use that every single day almost. At least if you use a computer at any point, somehow you're touching those.
Mm-hmm.
Even if it's just your email, they'll send you an email. Like, I don't know how to open this.
Right. Learning Outlook calendar.
Yes, it goes a long way for sure. I use it every day, so it makes me happy. Now, what are some of the other? I'm trying to think questions. Anything else that you think should be highlighted in these programs? Because I love graduation. That's always the goal. And so, seeing the students be able to walk across the stage, be able to complete, that's really what we always want to work towards. What are some hot tips that you maybe would give a student to be successful in your programs and just as a student in general?
If you are close to graduation, come see me. Call me. 2 semesters away. Let's make sure that we have everything on the schedule that you need so you're graduating on time. I will make a list of what cannot be canceled because you are in it and you need it for graduation.
Yeah. And that's a big one.
We will make it happen.
So, yeah, I feel like that's a lot of communication, which sometimes are individuals that are interested in computer science. Communication
Email
is not
is
their
fine.
forte.
Email is fine. It's the wave of the future.
It is. It really is. I love it. I love it. And how can they find you?
I'm in the computer science building. It's building 214. I'm upstairs in room 225. But you can ask anyone in that building. They can tell you where my office is.
And if they want to email you,
kira.savage@ctcd.edu.
what's your phone number?
254-526-1163.
Excellent. That's awesome. That is so awesome. Anything else you guys want to highlight? Anything else that you think is important that maybe somebody either considering the program or is already in the program should be aware of?
Yeah. So we have a great new internship type program where our students are setting up like a data center, and that they're going to be set up in blue team, red team, and after they set up their data center, that they would have some sort of penetration testing, some pen testing. So it's really good for whenever they're out in industry. This is a good skill to have. It's kind of like white hacking.
Okay.
So it will be a lot of fun.
So
for
is this with
students.
cybersecurity specifically or any?
At the moment, we're just doing a networking one right now.
Okay.
We plan to expand on that. It's going to be a cyber range where security is going to be involved. So we are going to expand on the internships in the fall.
So those are the fun parts, right? Because
Yes,
that's
that's
when they
all
get to
hands-on.
practice everything. That's when they get to show off their skills and
Yes.
really be able to play around and make things happen that normally they don't get a chance to, right?
Right. Instead of it just being in a simulated environment, this is, exactly hands-on.
Ooh, see, that's I'm all about experiential learning and hands-on learning because I feel like that really cements it in your head. And that's how you learn the pitfalls too, right? Like,
yes.
I think I got this, and then all of a sudden you start doing, I don't know what to do next
Yeah.
because something new has come up.
You learn from your mistakes.
Yes,
you know.
exactly. And so I always love internships and the fact that we're really developing opportunities that really are beyond what we had before. That's super exciting to me too.
We have our first internship class starting in the spring, so in a few days.
Ooh.
It's really exciting.
Yay. It would be interesting to see how they feel, like what their feedback is.
I'll be gauging that.
Yeah, I'm sure
Yeah.
you will. Yeah. Like, oh. No, but that's super exciting. I love it. I love being able to have that kind of interaction with students, or the students have interactions as well. Do you normally do internships outside?
In the past, yes, it's been you bring the internship to us, but now we're trying to create the internship at CTC in a classroom.
That's awesome. So you don't have to try to
Yeah,
hunt
so they
people
don't have
down
to
and-
find anything, and we have it there for them.
That's awesome. So
And
that
if
makes
there's
it
if there's
easier.
any issue, they have hands-on access to all the instructors, the lab assistants, anybody in the department can help them.
That's perfect. That's really, really actually creating what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Yay. I'm always excited about stuff like that. And I like learning about these because there's so many changes sometimes that we are not aware. I'm not aware just here within CTC. So being able to have the opportunity to learn about this for me is exciting too. Yeah. What else? Anything else you guys got going on that we need to know? Because I didn't know that one.
We also there's tutoring on campus for pretty much every class. Computer science has not been an area that has been available for tutoring, but our lab assistants upstairs in the computer labs, they do offer tutoring. So if you are struggling in a class, let your instructor know. Even if you're online, let them know. We can still set something up online to where you're getting tutoring from the lab assistants.
Yay. Yeah. Well, it was kind of hard sometimes because you guys use very specific software sometimes.
Yes.
That's not accessible to everybody else. So it's not necessarily that we didn't want to offer it. It's that it was very difficult.
It was also very hard to find a tutor too.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we do have them in-house ready for you.
And that's worldwide.
Yes.
So no matter where you're at, we still have that option
Yes.
for students. That is great. So they just contact the department and then the department.
If they let their instructor know, the instructor should get them in touch with the lab assistants.
No, this is awesome. This is super great. Okay, so how about as a professor, what are some things that you think students should know when they're taking these classes? Like tips and things that they should be aware of that they should focus on?
So one of the things when it comes to IT is you're going to have to do a lot of research and be comfortable doing the research. So be comfortable with researching because you're not going to know all the answers. You really need to know where to get those answers. So that's a big deal when it comes to IT. When you're out there on the job, you might not know, how to fix something, but you need to know where to go and what to do in order to get that information. So that's a big deal when it comes to IT.
And let's say a student doesn't really know how to do that. Is that something that the faculty member will guide them through, or how does that work?
So not necessarily would we guide them through it. We just really encourage it that, Google is going to be your best friend.
So YouTube it, Googling it, looking at different options, possibilities kind of thing?
Yes, use your sources,
Yeah.
Not just your source material, but what we have online, exactly, the YouTube, the Google, whatever your browser is.
To me, especially in the aspect of programming, I dabbled a long time ago. To me, it always felt like a creation. To me, it's like almost like a work of art, which most people don't see because they don't understand how it works. It's kind of like a mathematical work of art. That's how it makes sense in my head. And usually the same way that like a piece of artwork, like a canvas, when you paint on it, it has a certain style to it. I feel like programming and a lot of things that computer science offers has that kind of feel to it if you know what you're looking for.
Right. So the foundation when it comes to like programming, the foundation is very similar in all your languages, right? And then whenever you learn your specific languages, there might be some different keywords in a sense that will still do the same thing. So, but we have things like Java and our C languages, even Python. They're written very similar to where you could transition from one language to another language and not really have much of a
The learning curve is kind of short.
exactly because you know what you're doing. The logic is still there. The logic is the same.
So that's the other thing. To me, okay, so I know we don't necessarily offer a logic class. I took one in college, and it helped me a lot just in life. But the thought process, what are some of the things that maybe a student, even if they're just considering it, what are some things that maybe they could be doing to seeing if this is really the field that they're interested in?
So when it comes to programming, it is a step by step. So when you think of how you want to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you don't just grab the peanut butter or grab the jelly. You have to walk to the pantry, bend down, pull out the peanut butter jar, turn 3 steps, lay it on the counter, right? And the same thing goes for like the jelly. You have to open the refrigerator, pull out the jelly, close the refrigerator. So it is step by step. So when it comes to programming, you are telling the computer what to do. And it's every one of those steps. So you have to be very detail oriented.
Yes.
And that's where our programming comes in.
So that's a good, those are the skills or the things that students help them be successful if they have those already.
If they're
or they should develop them if they're interested in this.
Yeah, every detail. The step by steps. Sometimes we don't think that way. You just think, okay, I'm just going to go get some gas.
Yeah.
You're not just going to go and get some gas. You're going to pull up to the pump. You're going to turn the car off, right? Put in park, turn it off, open your door. So it's each step that has to be programmed, if you will. Yeah.
Right. No, that's those are great examples. I love that. And once they're into classes, what are some hot tips that students should be aware of or things that they should be doing that maybe you see are pitfalls for them?
So one of the things that they should be doing, and we do have this exercise in a lot of our classes, is to look out there of what the jobs are, what the jobs are looking for a new hire. What languages they're looking for if you're into computer programming, even databases. What language are they looking for? And just in IT, what are they looking for in IT or in networking? Do you want to do Cisco? Do they need to know Cisco routers, Cisco switches, things of that nature? So just see what's out there in industry, what's being offered. So they really need to have like their ear to the ground, in a sense of what our industry is looking for within an employee.
And this is an industry that's ever evolving.
Yes,
What you started off with may not be what you end with.
exactly.
So it's definitely, you always have to be out there searching and being aware of which goes back to your research and going back and see what else has been created and where things are going.
Yes.
I don't know that we can talk about computer science without talking a little bit about AI. Yes, you have an opinion. I want to hear it.
Of course I have an opinion. That is something that we are working on.
Okay.
That is the opinion.
Okay.
We don't have anything finalized or done yet, but we're discussing it very heavily.
Yeah. Because that's
Trying to
something.
find the correct route that's going to actually go into something for the student.
Yeah.
Instead of just being a class they took.
No, and that
Yeah.
makes sense. It's
So
because
we're trying to find the right route right now.
because this is something that it should be the wave of the future, right?
It is the wave of the future.
So we want to make sure that we're going ahead and really discussing it and making sure that we're offering something to a student that's going to be actually beneficial to them.
We have quite a few instructors right now who are working on it. They are trying to find the right route, the best format, the right book. So it is being worked on.
Good.
It's not ready yet, but it's being worked on.
No, and that's fine, So even though you're not a faculty member, you deal with a lot with the students.
Yes.
Now, what are your suggestions for students?
Communicate with your instructor. Please communicate with your instructor. They don't want you to fail. They want you to pass. They want you to succeed. If you are not communicating with them, they don't know what's going on with you. Treat it like your boss. If you're not going to show up for work, you would tell your boss you're not showing up for work.
Yeah. And if you don't, you're going to fail a job, right?
Yes. So please communicate with your instructors.
Yeah. And even with other people in the campus, a lot of people, and I'm throwing this in just because I deal with resources.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have a lot of resources on campus. Talk to somebody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Anybody at this point. Sometimes you just need them to talk to somebody that can just give them the push.
I may not be the person you need to talk to, but I'm pretty sure I do know the person you need to talk to.
Exactly.
So, I'll get you where you need to go, and so will half a campus.
Yes. Agreed. I totally agree with that. So please communicate, talk to somebody, ask questions. Don't ghost, red?
Yes.
Leave you on red, whatever. I don't know, whatever the answer is. Don't leave your faculty on red. Well, because sometimes the faculty tries to reach out too, and then you don't hear anything. What can you do at that point? And how frustrating is it when they're like the last week of class going, well, how can I pass my class? I haven't told you anything this entire time. I haven't communicated. And then I want to know how to pass my class. And it's that last week of class. And what happens at that point?
So this has happened to me a few times. This last semester, I had face-to-face class, and there was a student that never showed up for roll. And so I sent him a note. And, we're meeting every Tuesday and Thursday, blah, 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 right? I haven't seen you in class. I'd hate to have to drop you. And the student was actually overseas and said, I'm sorry, I can't make it to class. I'm overseas.
Wow.
And I ended up just working with the student as like as him being an online student instead of being, an in-class student. But that's where the communication is. You really got to tell your instructor, this is where I'm at. This is what's going on. My wife's having a baby. Something. And that communication is a big deal. And it can also give you. Like I had another student, his wife had a baby. He couldn't get the final done in time.
Yeah.
So I gave him a few extra days, to get that final turned in. And that's perfectly fine.
Yeah.
Because life happens.
Right.
Right. And,
And we want to be able to help you.
We wanna
Just
help
tell
you.
us what's going on so we
Yeah.
can figure it out together.
Exactly.
And that I know because I see a lot of the frustration in not just the faculty, like all of the support people too. Because we're like, but we know you've been a great student throughout this entire time. Where did you go? What happened? You know, we want to see you graduate. Again, let's go back to, we want you to succeed. What's happening? And so when there's situations and we're trying to reach out and we don't hear anything, we really worry about our students.
Oh, yes.
And I've had in my role a lot of faculty or not even just faculty, again, even people in the support. I don't know. Somebody just kind of dropped off. I don't know what's going on. Used to come in. You know, I'm in the lounge. They used to come in every day, like clockwork. I know their class schedule, and all of a sudden they're not here anymore. Are they okay? Is something going on? Like, we heard that there might be some issues, but we don't know what's going on. Are they okay? And so it's frustrating for us because we're keeping an eye out for you, and we don't know what's going on.
Right. We don't necessarily need to know everything that's going on in your life. We just need to know that you're okay.
Yeah.
And is there anything that we can do
To support, right?
to help you?
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yes. So please, students, I always ask for the tips and tricks and things that we have to do because I feel like if I can say all of that, but honestly, you're a faculty member and you deal with the students every day, more than I do anyway. So I don't want it to just be me. You know, I want him to hear it from somebody that is actually doing this day by day.
I feel bad for them because when they come in and I just information dump them.
Yeah.
And they just look at me and I'm just like, just come back when you have a question. Here's my email. Here's my phone number. Just call back.
But that's okay because you're trying to be thorough.
It's overwhelming.
It
I
can
know
be.
it is.
But you're aware of that. And they should be aware of it too. But that's okay because then they can always come back to you if they're stuck.
They usually do.
But see, you're trying to be welcoming too. And they get
I
that.
love when they come back. Are you
I
kidding
know,
me?
isn't
I
it
love when
fun?
they come back and tell me they're graduating and or again, my wife just had the baby.
Yeah.
Here's some pictures. Yeah.
Is that Yeah.
Show me the baby pictures.
I want to see the baby pictures.
Yeah, we all want to see
Show
them,
me
right?
the puppy pictures too. Okay?
Yeah.
Like don't hold back.
No, we want them. I know. I agree. I just I've had a lot of student workers work for me throughout the years, and I just had right before I came over here one of my prior ambassadors come over, and he comes and checks in every once in a while. Shout out to him. But it just gives me like such a great feeling because it's like, oh, we have a connection, and I get to see them, and it's just really fun. I may or may not scream and squeal when I see some of them because it's been a minute. I'm like, oh my God, my baby.
I'm guilty.
And to be fair, some of them are way older than.
Again, I'm guilty.
Yeah.
They're all my babies.
Yeah, I don't care what age you are.
Yeah.
I've had older individuals. I'm like, oh my God, you're back. And just like if they were like my baby. So, we do care. So
definitely.
we want them to do well. And when they come back and say hi to us, I know I get excited. So anyway, that just happened. So it's fresh in my head. All right. Anything else, guys? Anything else that you think we need to know about computer science? And
You know what? I'm sure there's something we forgot, so we'll just have to come back again.
I love that answer. I love that answer. And actually, if you guys ever want to get more information, please reach out to the department. I know Kira will info dump you. She already said she would.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. No, but the department's really, really great. We can also arrange tours for the campus out of my office, and we always coordinate it as well. I may or may not have just randomly gone over there and said, hey, I have somebody. Can you help me? And usually if they find somebody, they're like, yeah, send them over. And we try to do the best. They've always done really good with us and for us and our students. So thank you very much. Thank you, ladies, very much for being here today. This was super happy and exciting and great information. I personally learned a lot, so thank you for that. And we look forward to seeing you again at Eagle Talk. See you next time.